So, I mean, growing up, it sounded like you were your dad's favorite, like you were very close with him.
Oh, everything I did was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Anything I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Had my own Cadillac. He had a big boat. We had a big yacht out in the lake. Parties out there with friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything I wanted. Pay for my girlfriends to go with us to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, to act stupid.
So it wasn't so much about wanting to, because there are interracial marriages where, the white person or the black person, some of them, sometimes it's a situation where they just simply want to rebel, against the parents who are against that particular race. But it doesn't sound like you were wanting to rebel, because you were close.
If I was, I wasn't
close.
aware of it.
Mm.
Because he had so, I don't know, mesmerized me or something.
Mm. So you genuinely fell in love with this black
because
man.
He was up on the stage and he was somebody important, and he noticed me. Well, I was so flattered. That was it. Didn't take too much, a few months.
So when you say that racism is embedded, because I remember one of the things you said to me, and it stuck with me that day at Second Baptist, you said that racism is ingrained. It's something that never really quite goes away. So what does that mean?
I think it's almost in our DNA.
Mm.
I was telling this to this black lady who's been at Reba longer than I've been there.
Mm.
And where was I?
You're saying it's ingrained and never goes away?
Yeah, and I remember telling her years ago, not too many, maybe 10 years, I think, I think it's in our cells.
Mm.
Because it's just there all the time. It isn't something that goes away.
Mm.
Well, it just doesn't, I think it's because of 45, 50 years of experience with different cultures. Of course, Muslims, homosexuals, the whole bit, I had to get used to, because I wasn't raised with, any differences.
Mm-hmm.
We were just all white and Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know there was anybody else in the world. We didn't get National Geographic at home. I don't think they ever got they got the newspaper, but they were not readers.
Mm.
I mean, my father graduated from Loyola. It's not that he wasn't intelligent, and his father was a lawyer that ran the business, because he being, an alcoholic, starting at 18.
Mm.
So he wasn't much help to my grandfather. So
I sat down with a woman recently for coffee, and she's a white woman, and she said all white people are racist on some level. She said, and don't ever let one tell you I am not a racist. She said, because we're all racist. She said some of us are doing the work to have a better understanding and to heal and to get over it and to evolve from it. But she said at the end of the day, we're all racist. What is that?
I don't think we'll ever evolve from it. I can't imagine myself, even though, let's say now, I was exposed till 21, and then from 21 till 77, my life has been involved in a variety of cultures, but mainly African American. Just had to learn piecemeal, just every day,
So how do you talk yourself out of those thoughts? So you're driving next to a black woman that cuts you
have
off.
to push it away. I wish I knew I could pour something on my head or do something, but it's and now I get teased about it. But if somebody's coming in the door and they're black, they're going to go first before me. And where was I? oh, we have this free thrift store at Reba. And of course, if you're black and you come in there and I'm there, oh, believe me, you get special treatment.
What kind of special treatment?
Well, you know, if they're looking for something special, if they want me to look for something for them. I mean, that's a little over and above what, you know, we're just there to kind of supervise to make sure, you know, because sometimes people can start fighting over a piece of clothing or something. You know, it's all free. So they'll come in and there'll be a mad rush, like, for, you know. But oh, I've met so many wonderful people there, so gracious. And then they kind of expressed that to me, that they were just surprised that I was so, you know, caring for them. But why not? I mean, we owe it. I feel I owe it.
And you've mentioned church quite a bit in the conversation. What are your thoughts on God and how He views black people, people of color?
Well,
Because in your cell, in your DNA, you're trying to get rid of all those thoughts that, you know,
yeah.
things that your dad ingrained in you. What do you think God thinks of all of this, of racism, and what do you think He thinks of this, or she thinks of this?
She's probably got plenty of color, he or she. I don't see him as a white God. I mean, there's a little bit of everything in him. That's how I see it. Female, male, Muslim, whatever. You know, I was raised, well, my husband was a born-again Christian. You've heard of that term. So, of course, I had to get born again, too. And then I thought, well, you know, how's this going to work out nowadays? You know, what, 30, 40 years ago, I thought, I agreed with that. You know, if you're not covered by the blood, you know, you're not, and I just see life really differently now.
So during your marriage with your husband, I'm sure you all encountered, you know, some heat.
Yeah.
How did you handle that?
Well, I do remember once we were stopped, and I can still see that detective. He took me in the other room, you know, and put my husband in one room and me in another.
What did they stop you for?
Maybe it must have been some kind of a minor traffic thing, but they took us in, and you know, they were trying to convince me that I needed to tell him to go jump in the lake.
Like, what were they saying?
It's a long time ago, you know. I was probably 22 or something, 23. They were just very angry.
That you were with him?
Yes,
or?
that we were married, and yeah, he was an Italian detective, and my husband said, "Oh yeah, Italians are usually more prejudiced." I don't know why he said that, but I remember him saying that. You know, when I got back with him, I told him what the detective was, you know.
So, the police were trying to get you to leave your husband.
Well, yeah, but they were. I don't remember why we were there. I just don't remember, but they put him in one room and me in another. I mean,
For a traffic violation.
what else could it have been? I mean, I don't know.
They didn't just write you a ticket and send you on your way. They actually brought you
yeah,
all
we had to
in
go
and
to the
separated
police
you
station. Yes.
and interrogated you.
Yep. But why, I don't know. But of course, that was a few years ago, in the 60s. So cops thought they could do anything they wanted. Just, well, kind of like today, they still do what they want. Try to wiggle out of some of the things, you know. Oh, it was, you know, but. So I think I think my husband actually probably warned me that, you know, if a cop sees black and white together, they're going to stop you. And
So he was prepared for it.
oh, yeah, he'd been stopped many times. And I remember him talking about the Green Book, and we went down, I forgot how far south. We didn't go too far south, but it was a little scary. And then, you know, we stayed with relatives of his when we went up to Detroit or down to Joliet. We didn't stay in a motel. He didn't even want to try to say, you know, not in the 60s. You know, they would have looked at us like, you know, you ought to know better. You shouldn't even be asking, you know, for a room.
So here you are, this young white woman who grew up riding yachts and, you know, very privileged in Wilmette, and then you meet this beautiful black man, musician, who grew up with not much.
I thought I could really help him too. You know, I saw it as a mission almost. I mean, there's so many fantastic people. But I've met a few skunks that are people of color, you know, but
there's good and bad in everybody.
There's more good than bad, definitely. But you have to open your heart and be willing. I think you have to be willing, first of all, to admit, like you said, you know, if you can't admit you're a racist, well, you're never going to get to the root of it.
Well, thank you so much for your time today,
Oh,
Mary.
you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you
You're such
for
a beautiful lady.
Oh, thank you. And your spirit, your soul, your courage, your fire, I see it. I see why your dad, like, favored you. I see.
Spoiled brat is what I was.
But thank you so much for coming today.
You're welcome.
All right.
God bless you.
God bless you, too. And this is Malika, Evanston Live TV, Channel 6. Stay tuned for more.